You alright everyone, welcome back to the Hammer and Talk 2. Now I've been going through Sky Sports' articles online, I've been going through loads of different stuff to do with the Premier League, to do with players, to do with transfers, and I've come across an article, right? Now I was unaware of actually how bad this has got, because I would have probably done a video sooner. But things are so bad now, this kind of forced me into position to do it. And I've just got a serious question to ask right now, and that is, who the f*** do you think you are, Riyad Mahrez, to not be turning up to these things? I've got the article behind the camera, okay, so I'm going to read it out, yeah? And apparently the Algeria coach has said that Mahrez deserves better than Leicester. Astonishing. We wouldn't even know who the f*** you was then if it weren't for Leicester, mate. I'm telling you, they took the gamble on you. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll go through the article behind the camera, right? Got it all set up here. So it starts off by saying, Riyad Mahrez deserves better than Leicester according to Algeria coach, bear with me here people, Riyad Mahrez, who has also urged the winger to return to training. The 26-year-old, that's right, to return to training. He's not even training with Leicester, the absolute liberty. What an absolute p***. Right, so it says, that, by the way, I just remembered that I ain't on my normal channel, so I do apologise for swearing, and it will be bleeped out. The 26-year-old did not turn up for training on Thursday or Friday last week and missed a defeat at Everton and Saturday's 1-1 draw with Swansea after his proposed move to Manchester City collapsed on deadline day. So he's not turned up for both training sessions and he's missed both games. Liberty, mate. Absolutely disgusting, this behaviour from a footballer. I don't care how much money he's on a fair wage, mate, yeah? When you get people like me on 20, 30, 40 grand a week, yeah? The average person, a month, I wished a week, a year, you're earning that kind of money a week, don't you dare say that you deserve better, mate. Right, so it says here, Mahrez handed in a transfer request in a bid to push for a move, by the way, which was very late. Now, you've got to understand it from a Leicester point of view, right? He's handed in this transfer window so late. That was only because there was a little tweak of interest late in the transfer window, and then he put it in. Now, I do not blame Leicester one bit for not selling him. How you can sell a player that influential, that much, that does a lot in your team, right? That is very important to you. So late in the window. I'm sorry, you've got to plan for these things. You know, the more better a player is, the more time you need preparing the transfer window to bring somebody in of similar quality. I'm not saying he's not good quality, he's a brilliant player, but bigger than Leicester, I think not. I'll carry on reading. So it says, Mahrez handed in a transfer request in a bid to push for his move to the Etihad. And Sky Sports News understands he was left depressed. Depressed? What? By Leicester's decision not to accept City's final player plus cash offer worth an estimated £65 million. Now, £65 million, you know, that is quite a bit of money. Yeah, maybe they did have a good player that was willing to exchange, but maybe the player that they offered for exchange, maybe that's not the player that would fit into Leicester's team. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? It doesn't matter what player it is, you know, they might just not fit into the system at Leicester. And damn right they're standing firm and holding their cards and saying, no, you're not buying him. Well done. But has this got to stop? Has this spoiled brat syndrome got to stop in football? I think I just heard one of my shelves drop. Has it got to stop? I think it's just unfair that players can be on this kind of money and still, you know, be throwing their toys out of the pram. I think they just need to accept, you know, the situation of clubs. You can't be coming in with such a late bid like that and expect the club to just accept it, where their Premier League status could be on the line. I don't think so. I really don't think so, because this year the bottom half of the Premier League is so tight. All it takes is Leicester to lose a few games and they drop into it as well, and then they're in the danger zone, all because they sold, you know, Mahrez. No, I don't think so. I completely stand by Leicester's decision to keep hold of him. Yeah, he is a good player. Yeah, he is maybe above the level of the average Leicester City player. But you know what? You do your business. You're going to do it properly. You give teams to react. You know, to be able to bring these players in, and or if not, if you're going to do this part player exchange thing, at least do it with a player that they want as well, you know, so it's fair at both ends. Because, you know, it's not fair just throwing in a player like that at the end and then upsetting the player and then going in for him even cheaper at the transfer window because he's further down his contract. That's not fair. That's not good business, man. That's really, really not. But anyway, people, I'd love to know your opinions down below. I don't know if I've got any Leicester City subscribers. I really don't. If I do, This is important, man. I want your stuff down below, please. Please put your stuff down below in the comments. I would really love to know your thoughts on this, because obviously this is all about yous. If you're a neutral, what do you think about this? See, this is good for both parties, for Leicesters and for neutrals. If you are a neutral, if you're not a Leicester City fan, you know, has this got to stop? Do you blame Mahrez for throwing his toys at the pram? If you don't blame him, and you've got legit reasons why, put it down below in the comments. But please bear in mind, things like how late the bid was offered, the player that may be exchanged may not have been the player that Leicester, you know, wanted. So please bear these things in mind when you're answering. And I want to know, if you do think it was the right thing, let me know. If you don't think it was the right thing, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, people, I am gone. Comment, like, subscribe, and as always, keep sharing my stuff. I'll see you all later.